Hello there, this is Cuckoo. I'm in my new studio and this is a little tour of what it's like in my new studio. I'm very happy about it, and it's not like finished, but it's very habitable. So I like it here. So this is what it's like. So I'm coming in here. First thing I do is probably take off my shoes here, slip into these maybe. I'm going to avoid it to avoid the tapping noise. And the first thing I do is just to take a step in and just take in this whole space and just relax, because I find this a very relaxing place. It's, to me, having a spacious space is very relaxing, and I opted for having a spacious space because this is going to be my creative space, a space where I create not just music but everything. I'm gonna write here, I'm gonna write scripts maybe sometimes, I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna draw, and maybe just sit down and think, and just to get in touch with my creative brain. And I want this place to be nice. So what I did the first day when I came here, it was to just walk around in here, feel it out. I went over there to sit down on the floor, went over here to lie down on the floor, just feel out where is a good space to be. And for me, where I put my desk over there, I felt like that was such a nice place to be. So I wanted to focus on that being my main work place. And I didn't want to have the desk towards the wall there, because I don't enjoy staring into a wall. I want to lift up my eyes, my gaze, and just have space. And right now I can work and then look over there and see the piano, which is nice. It's something nice. Look out there, see the window, some space there. It's all about space. Space, yeah. Ooh. Something going out on the stairs. Okay, gotta put the audio down there. So over here gonna be my main workstation where I do most of my work. And right now I'm hand holding a camera, so I'm using GH5 with an excellent stabilizer, but for my work studio camera I'm using this, which is a Blackmagic Pocket 4K Cinema 4K, which is great. And the great thing with the 4K Blackmagic and this one, the GH5, is that both of them run micro four thirds lenses, so they're interchangeable. So right now having a wide angle here and the zoom lens there, I can just swap them around and use the wide angle there if I want to cover like this. Yeah. So this is my main place, and I really wanted to have a place to sit down and enjoy the space and not stare into a wall, because I've stared into so many walls during my life. I'm done with staring into walls. And from this angle, again, like a sense of space. I can see the neighboring house there. It's a lovely space. I like it here. Why such a small desk? Well, I have another desk too, or two other desks actually, that are fairly, like, a bit larger. And I can bring them out if I need them. But right now I've stacked them away. So I wanted like a desk where I do only one thing. So this desk is going to be my project desk. I'm going to bring out the stuff that I need for one project and focus on that project. And only that, for maybe a couple of days or a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and that will be my focus. And I'll stash it away when I'm done. So that's my whole idea here, is to kind of get used to the mentality of focusing on one thing at a time. Focusing on this one project and stay with that and just do that and nothing else. So that's what I want to do. And it's taking a good while to get used to that kind of mentality, but I want to do it because focus is something I've been having trouble with lately. I've been having lots of ideas in my head, and I've just forgot how to focus on one thing. And when I was working as an animator, I had to do that. That's the only way to work with animation. It's like focus on one thing at a time, and you need to do it for a year or 2 years, like very long projects. And when I moved away from animation, I sort of slid into other habits, and I kind of lost that focus. So I want to, get back the ability to focus, and this is one way of tackling that. Having one space, try to do one task here, and limit myself. Limitation. Here, I got like a remote control for an overhead light, another one for the piano light, and this one is for, let's see, this light here, and this light here. Yeah. So this light is like mounted on the camera there. As you can see, I've got like a fairly peculiar mount here. It's because we have like a very good and stable thick pipe there. So I wanted to have like a super clamp there to clamp something, to have a place where I could put the camera and have the camera always available at all times. I was thinking about maybe putting like a very long pipe over here, or very long pipe, or like a boom or something, and that could be done. But when I found out that actually we can use this is not very heavy, it's like it's not that heavy, it fits right up there. And when I found out, got the idea that I could use a tripod, just turn it upside down so that all weight is not coming down in that one place, but it is rather supported by two other legs. So there's not much weight being, it's good, it's very stable. And you might be wondering why I'm not using a C-stand, and it's because I want space on the floor. A C-stand or any stand is taking up lots of space on the floor, whereas as long as there's something on the floor, it's going to be in the way of you when you want to walk somewhere. You're going to trip over it maybe. So as little stands on the floor as possible. Another thing is the light stand. You might have seen that one. It's actually a mic stand, and I extended it to that light over there. These are very, very cheap lights, these flat panel LEDs. I think it's a brand called Cuckoo. I'm not sure if they distribute it all over the world. I'm sure it's just a Chinese brand with another logo on it. It's like a European thing. But they're good. Cheap, good. Maybe a little bit on the green side, but if it's all the same lights, it's easily dealt with. Yeah. So what else? Well, this section you might have seen flashing by in the background. It's I custom built all of these cupboards. I put wheels on them, so I can very easily just roll these into any place I want. And like this, for instance, maybe I want a monitoring, like a TV for a monitor, and put it right here, just roll it there. And this, I can stash some stuff behind these and just roll them out, take stuff in and roll them back in. And here is like the only place where I still have a lot of stuff to do. And I hope to build another cupboard back there on the back side. And because they're all on wheels, I can very easily just roll it out and then roll it back in. This is my little kitchen area. I got a pressure cooker. I love to cook. And I'm cooking my food here, bringing some rice and maybe noodles for a very quick cooking session. And I got my tea there. Water cooker over there, Yeah, yeah. And this flight case here is filled with stands, different kinds of stands, like mic stands and stuff. I invested in much nicer stands. Now when I moved, I'm done with my cheap, bad stands. So these black stands here, you can see, are very nice. What's the name again? It's like a German brand. König and Meyer. Not sure. Yeah. But the leftover stands are stuffed in here, and other parts of the stand, extensions for the stands and stuff. Over here, got my piano. Right now, you can see there's a lot of paintings lying up here. It's because I've been summoned or invited to take part in an exhibition. And I took out all of the little portraits and paintings that I made this year, and decided to kind of make a little crafty, simple frame for them, like mount them. It's like acrylic and oil on paper, and just mounted with, that gooey adhesive thing onto like lightweight, foamy, flat panel. So it's going to be easy to exhibit. So I'm really stoked about this, actually. I'm not sure I've been taking part in any exhibition. Have I? I have exhibited my own work, but that's always been like because of an animation launch. I've been showing off the raw materials for the animation. So this is going to be, it's not going to be like only me, but I'm really stoked. It's going to be a cool exhibition with other artists at the house. And I'm just one of the people here. So, yeah. This little section, there's a vinyl player there in the middle, some vinyls down here, some books. And I wanted to keep some books here because some books are really inspirational to me. And a lot of them are just books with nice images or topics that's just giving me inspirations. And my main audio interface is the Universal Audio there. And sometimes I use the Audio Fuse 8 Pre because it's got a lot of inputs. I'm planning to do some streaming, and the 18 Mini Pro there is going to be my streaming device. I've been using it for my last couple of streams, and it's been working really well. So, and it's cheap and it works really well. So it's a good combination. And it's, if you want to, you can use it to actually stream. It could be a no computer streaming setup if you want to. The monitors that I'm using are these Neumann KH120A, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that after I got these, my sound, all my music is much more predictable. Like the music that I make using these monitors suits me so well. It suits me very well. It's like in a sweet spot between very professional and also very listenable. So it's probably not the most surgical monitors you can get, not the most flat ones. Maybe they sweeten the sound a little bit, but it sounds so good. And when I bring my sound to other speakers, it sounds very familiar, which is very, very good. Before that, I was struggling, and it never sounded predictable on any system after mixing. So I'm very happy with these. Yeah, what else can be said about this space? We could take a look at this in a little bit more detail. I'm gonna sort things out here. There's a little bit too much stuff, and there is a little bit too many things that I mean, let's face it, I cannot use all of this. It's just impossible. I cannot use all of them. I don't have time. So I need to pick my favorites and let go of stuff. And it's hard because I have memories with all of these, and some of them like served a very good purpose, like the ModiX Yamaha, for instance. The first time I got it, I was like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I really didn't get a good first impression, but then there was an opportunity for me to go on a tour as a keyboard player, and I was thinking, hey, what keyboard should I bring? I don't want to tug along with lots of stuff, and I used the ModiX because it's super flexible. You could bring your own sounds, got good synth engines if you want that, and also based on samples. Very, very gig oriented. So that was what I ended up using for that. If I do it again, maybe I'll go for the Nordwave 2, just because it has such a lovely keyboard. It's just more enjoyable to play. But that doesn't mean that the ModiX is a slouch. No, it's very useful. The Hydra synth, the Electron analog keys, my first true love for Electron. Nord Modular G2 is like a mind-blowing device. Nord Lead 2X, my first gig synthesizer ever. And the Moog Matriarch is like one of my highlights. I love that. I'm going to use it much more in the future. And the Roland System 8 is not a synth that I use a lot, but it was a really nice collab with Roland, and I got like a face job. So I got it custom printed. It was a lot of fun. And now the Udo Super 6, the blue one, that such a lovely synth. I'm gonna use it much more. Yeah, as you can hear, there's a lot of love for the synth. So that's my synth electronic music cupboard over here. Well, there's some electronics down there too, boxes and stuff. But I wanted this to be my section for visual arts and paint and papers and craft. So yeah, I want to separate them and make it easy to put things back. Yeah. Are you bored yet? Are you still here? I don't blame you if you have left, but if you're watching this, you haven't, so hello. So, well, let's put down the microphone. So, this is my studio. I love it here. And I think I love it because I've designed this place in a way that is always taking into account my needs. And my needs is not to make like the perfect synth studio or the perfect music studio. No, it's not that. And I don't want to have everything accessible at all times, like synths, racks, all over the place. No, because I'm frankly kind of fed up with that, having everything around me. I want to store things away, tuck it away, focus on one thing, do that thing for a while, tuck that away, bring out some new stuff. So that's the way I want to move forward from now, one project at a time, for as much as it's possible, and focus. So I forgot one thing. I'm gonna display one thing that I want to do every day when I come in here. I forgot to mention one thing. Okay. So picture coming in here, going in here. I said I took out my shoes and maybe just take a breather here, but really, that's one thing I'm gonna do before that. I already put it into a habit, and it's this. This is a telephone. I'm gonna take the telephone, put it away, and leave it there Yeah. Mind-blowing stuff, right? and it's really funny how much the cell phone, smartphone, it's like, it's the way I do emails, it's the way I do social media, it's the way I communicate with it, everything. I use it like much more than a computer, to be honest. It's just that it's always there, so sometimes it's, slide into bad habit, check some stuff online, and suddenly there's hours of just drooling over stuff that you could just as well not have drooled over. Just leave the phone somewhere else and leave it there. I don't need it. So that's also a habit that I want to enforce on myself, and it's working. I've been doing it for some days, and sometimes I slide into the old habits again, and it takes a while for me to realize, because I'm so used to it, and I realize, hey, I'm sitting on my phone. I'm not literally sitting on the phone, but I'm on the phone. Just put it there, slide it into another place, far away. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and it's making me happier to stay away from the phone. I still love the phone. I use it for a lot of stuff, and I'm thinking now with the new improved cameras coming out every year on the phones, I think maybe for instance, when going places and doing reports or interviews, having the phone as a main camera is actually good enough, maybe plenty good. Less to carry around and very good. But the more you do with the phone, the more it becomes that thing that you always use, and it's easy to kind of slide into these habits. I don't want to do that. So trying to keep an eye on my habits and use my time wisely. Not only time, time just disappears when you slide into these things. I don't want to do that. But also the focus. Time is one thing, but focus, taking away my focus. And that's my main theme with this place. There's going to be a place to create, a place to focus, a place to have ideas. And if I stay too much on the phone consuming, a lot of these ideas don't materialize. I don't have time to focus on like nurturing an idea, because that is time that needs to be spent away from input. So yeah, does that make sense? I think so. In my head it makes sense. So there you go. This is my studio, and I hope I can stay here for many, many years to come, create many awesome videos and music projects. And as you can see, there's a lot of space in the middle here, and I deliberately wanted it that way, both to just have space to enjoy, but also to have space to grow, because some projects might involve like a whole rig of many big synthesizers, and then I have space to bring out some keyboard stands, and maybe have some space on the side there to work on like a live set, and then go over here to this place and have another project. Sometimes I need two spaces, and I got space for that. Another thing is if there is collaboration, maybe I have a guest here for a couple of days or a week, I got space for that. So yeah, I really enjoy the idea of having space enough to grow, take on bigger projects, and also to collaborate. So I think that's it. Is that a good overview of my studio here? Maybe more tech stuff. I don't know, tech stuff. But this other light here is my older lights. It's another series. It's called a brand called Aperture. Also a very cheap brand. And so I got 2 of those and 2 of the other lights. And again, trying to just have like a minimalist approach to where to put lights and stuff, while still being fully movable. So having these stands it feels really good. And so got camera lenses over there, battery power banks, and microphones down here, crafting tools and stuff. Got a very old printer with no drivers, and some extra stands over there. Yeah, that's it. I enjoy this place. So, with that being said, I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna, like, my current project, as you've seen, is the model cycles. I've been using this very little, to be honest. I was using it for the last year to make a small music ringtone album with just small snippets, and I thought it was so much fun. So I decided to bring it out again now and complete that kind of ringtone album into a live set. So that's what I'm working on now. I made 2 songs, and I think maybe I'll make a total of 6 songs or something. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's something I enjoy. Coming in here, sitting down, and just whoop, it's ready to go. Turn on the monitors, and boom, ready to go. And also, maybe I didn't mention, but the monitors, as you can see, they're on stands, and the idea there to put them in the middle of the room, not precisely the middle, but it's to have the possibility to quickly change where I need the audio. I could move them over there to the piano if I'm working with the piano. I can move the piano out. I can move them over here if there's something else I'm working on over here, like a live rig or something. And yeah, I wanted it to be kind of movable and sort of modular. And so that's the idea behind placing the monitors like that in the middle of the room. And also I imagine, maybe I'm getting it wrong, but if they're close to a wall, there might be some other acoustic things happening. If I bring them out a little bit into the room, I think it's nicer a lot of times to have the audio source a little bit out in the room and not just tied up just by a wall. Also, maybe it's better for the neighbors. I'm not sure. I hope so. Yeah, what else? Is there anything else? Leave it in the comments below if there's something you want to ask, or if you have some ideas or inspiration from this, or anything. Yeah. All I can say is that I'm super happy about this. I'm happy I took a step back and thought about my needs and created like furniture from scratch, building them myself, and yeah, creating a room which is just super nice. One thing that really surprised me when I got here, I keep bringing up more stuff. One thing that surprised me is the audio. Currently, we don't have a control of the ventilation system, which is a little bit of a bummer. We're working on negotiating a way to control it more, so we can turn it off when we're recording and stuff. But one thing is that the acoustics of this place is very nice. It's so nice. And I ended up not needing to do any padding. And I think it's both because of the way the room is constructed and the materials they've used, and that the ceiling, first of all, isn't straight, but more shaped like this. And up there in the ceiling, they used a material that is absorbing a lot of reflections. And also, I bet the huge ventilation system here is like round cylinder shapes, bent in all shapes. I bet that those kind of work as diffusers, whereas the ceiling work as an absorber. And this whole side is wooden, and the floor is wooden. So I have, yeah, and it's not like just a square room. It's like an interesting little thing going on here. I think all of these factors contribute to this being a nice acoustic room. So I had a lot of panels, like absorbing panels that I was ready to install, but I haven't installed any of them. I have some spare ones here and some spare ones there behind the piano, and yeah, a bunch of them I just gave away pretty much for a very low fee to my neighbor here, studio neighbor, and yeah, very happy about the sound here. Let's end it right there, shall we? Thank you everyone staying with me during this time, and everyone watching my videos, thank you so much. My patrons, of course, you are such yeah, I can't express my gratitude enough for everyone supporting me on Patreon. Thank you for hanging in there, and everyone enjoying my libraries, samples and stuff on my web store. Thank you so much for that. It also helps a tremendous amount for me personally, so thanks. So going forward, I want to make more artful musical creations here, and I hope I can do that on a weekly basis, pretty much. I hope I can get my focus in check. I hope I can keep making these videos, and I hope that you will keep watching them. I hope that you get inspired and we can have like a good time together. So for the time being, my focus is on the model cycles. So that's my little focus project now for a couple of weeks, and then I'll move on to what I don't know. Peace out everyone, stay curious, and thank you again, massive thank you for everyone following me. It means so much to me. I hope you're all good. Stay curious. Peace out. See you soon.